Made the comment how the Wednesday study had 24 views, no likes, and I was like, who's coming onto my page looking at stuff? Well, doesn't matter, does it? And because if I'm not mistaken, the post said that it had some nuggets to it. So people are wanting to see the nuggets. And, August 7th does look like that it's a big date. But, today's a Friday. It's spring on 3/21. The following day would be 3/22. Skull and Bones, big number. So today's a big day also. And really of course it could happen any day. But there's certain days that we really look at. And it's always 2 days before a full moon are the biggest ciphers. And Wednesday is always a big cipher because the TV series had the word woe in every title of all 8 episodes. And we know that's the first word in the Deadly Wound Bible verse, woe to the idle shepherd. Well, the right eye Bible verse. Deadly wound is Revelation 13:3. But whew, oh, I shake that. Very fascinating though. And did not set up for the New Living, so let's go. Don't think I set it up in the other one either. So we need to do that because I'm doing Thursdays and Fridays back to back. So let's just do it right now. Get them both set up. And we should be off and running. Now, this is the Thursday study, so need to make sure I go back and do that study, not to get, because I've got both set up. There we go. There we go. All right. So in the New Living, all of this is for your benefit. And as for God's grace reaches more and more people, which would be the sheep that were predestinated before the foundation of the world, there will be great thanksgiving and God will receive more and more glory. That is why we never give up. Though our bodies are dying, our spirits are being renewed every day. Everything is done at the spirit level, folks. We go over that over and over. We are fleshly vessels, never unoccupied by the spirit realm. You either have the demonic realm running through you, or you have the Holy Spirit realm. Holy Spirit realm will cast out pagan Christmas, pagan Easter, uh, bad activity, um, watching stuff you shouldn't watch on the internet, or telling dirty jokes, or fornicating, so on and so forth, getting drunk, so on and so forth. So that is why we never give up. Though our bodies are dying, our spirits are being renewed every day. For our present troubles are small and won't last very long, yet they produce for us glory that vastly outweighs them and will last forever. And he's, of course, talking about troubles when you receive trouble for being a sheep. So we don't look at the troubles we can see now, rather, we fix our gaze on the things that cannot be seen, which is heaven. For the things we see now will soon be gone, but the things we cannot see will last forever. New bodies. See, when we get our glorified body, for we know that when this earthly tent we live in is taken down, that is, when we die and leave this earthly body, we will have a house in heaven, an eternal body made for us by God Himself and not by human hands. We grow weary in our present bodies, and we long to put on our heavenly bodies like new clothing. For we will put on heavenly bodies, we will not be spirits without bodies. While we live in these earthly bodies, we groan and sigh, but it's not that we want to die and get rid of these bodies. that clothe us. Rather, we want to put on our new bodies so that these dying bodies will be swallowed up by life, everlasting life. God himself has prepared us for this sheep and has guaranteed he has given us sheep his Holy Spirit. Again, spirit. Everything is spirit. When you look at it in the King James, if we go around a little bit, for which cause we faint not, but through our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day by the Holy Spirit. Yes. And this is talking about the outer man and the inner man. So that's why I had it highlighted. For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of God and house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens. For in this we groan, earnestly desiring to be clothed upon our house, which is from heaven. So anyway, let's read the last verse also in the King James. Now he that hath wrought us for this selfsame thing is God, who also have given unto us the earnest of the Spirit. So the us, of course, is always sheep. That's one of the tricks of the New Testament, where I see Mystery Babylon always using it against to mean like everybody. God is not slack as men count slackness, though towards usward, willing that none should perish, talking about sheep. The usward is the sheep. All right, so we get into Daniel 3. So we're continuing on Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego's issue. Let's continue. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of your hand, O king. But if not, in other words, if God chooses not to, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve your gods, nor worship your golden image, which you have set up. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed upon Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace up 7 times more than it was already heated. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their coats and their hosen and their hats and their garments and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. And when we get to the next study, it will state that the men that threw them in there got burned up. All right. I'm glad you're here. I love you very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.